Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you the story of how I channeled Dolores Cannon. Back in October of 2024, I was instructed by a gray that I saw in my meditation who went by the name of Ozark. There's an indication right there. So he instructed me that I needed to contact Tracy. And I didn't know Tracy at the time. I knew she was a QHHT practitioner, but that was about the only thing that I knew about her. And they told me to contact her because for a couple nights before leading up to this meditation, I was hearing in my dreams over and over and over, channeling, channeling, channeling. And I thought, oh, that's strange. But I said, okay. So when they gave me that instruction, I contacted Tracy a couple days later. And then I saw that she was giving channeling classes in January of 2025. And I kept thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if this is even going to work. But eventually, thank goodness, I signed up for her class in January. And I am so grateful that I did because I met so many of my soul family members there. And they are some of the best friends that I have now. And I'm so grateful. So the class was 2 days long. The first day, it was all about light levels of trance and mediumship, and light levels of trance and medium levels of trance. And then on the second day is when it was going to be all about channeling. And I thought there was going to be like a lot of instructions, but we kind of started off the class with a meditation because she says that channeling is so much easier than people make it out to be. And I have to agree with her 100%. So in the beginning of the class on that second day, we did a meditation and I saw a beautiful tree. And then we went to our temple. And it was interesting because the temple that I saw was the one that I saw when I was reading the book, The Lemurian Way. And I was expecting to see a specific being that was going to come forward as my channel. And it's funny because as I was in my temple, waiting, and then Tracy instructed, she said, your channel is going to come forward now and show themselves to you and let you know what their name is. And I started seeing this being that I assumed was going to come forward, who's a Pleiadian, but her name is Lola. And the moment I started seeing her shape, she was literally shoved aside, and then Dolores Cannon came right up in my face. And I said, oh no, oh no. Because I had joked around with my friends for a couple days leading up to this class. I was like, oh, how funny would it be if Dolores Cannon came forward and I could channel her? Ha ha ha, funny. And I thought I the way I reacted was not how I expected that I was gonna react. I thought it was gonna be very fun and like something cool to kind of do. And all of a sudden I was overcome with so much fear. So much fear, so much doubt, and I was just crying and crying and crying. Like her energy just made me cry so much. And I got used to her energy. And then when it came time for me to share who my channel was and to go into that channel and share the messages that were coming forth, I said no. Because when Dolores came forward as my channel, I literally told her no. I'm like, I am so sorry, but no, I'm not doing this. And it's funny because she does this thing with her hand that she does to her face. And she literally did this hand thing up to her face, kind of leaned back in her chair. And she says, this ought to be interesting. And I said, no, this is not going to be interesting. And no, this is not going to be fun. Like, I don't know what you were thinking. Like, no, I'm not the person. I am not the person. And she just kind of like chuckled and just kept looking at me. And I thought to myself, like, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? And I was overcome with so much fear. And then I realized that from being a QHHT practitioner and doing this work and getting people to the other side, and then understanding how much people's perspective change after they go to the other side. And I told her, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable channeling you because, oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. I told her, I don't feel comfortable channeling you because I know that your perception has changed. And I am not about to be the one that's going to be telling the whole world that, you know, you've changed your mind and you think differently about specific things that you thought before. And I told her, I'm like, I'm not the person. Plus, I am not special enough, is really what I told her as well. I'm like, I'm not special enough to be channeling you. You were like up here, and I'm like over here somewhere. And I'm like, I'm not the person. So when it came time for me to share, um, for me to step into my channel and deliver the messages, I told Tracy, I'm like, I know I don't want to do this. And she goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, so, because my channel is Dolores Cannon. That's the one that stepped forward. And everyone in the class literally went like this in front of their screens. And I thought, oh boy, here we go. Because I think half of the people that were in my class are also QHHT practitioners, including Tracy, including Judy. And I was like, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. And she was like, it's okay. Just take a deep breath and it's going to be fine. And I'm like, it's definitely not going to be fine, but okay. And honestly, I didn't think anything was even going to happen. So I calmed myself down and I was like, okay, let's just take a couple deep breaths. It's going to be fine. Let's just get this over with. I'm like, who knows? Maybe there won't even be anything like crazy messages. So when I kind of like calmed down, I focused on my breathing, and then Dolores came through again. Um, I don't. Her energy just made me cry. And one of the things that she said was, "It's not about being special enough," because she said, "At the end of the day, we are all just one. We are all the same." And she said, "I could have literally picked anyone. It just happened to be you. Not a big deal. I'm just like everyone else. It's no biggie." And I should have known that she wasn't gonna give some brain breaking message, because first of all, this is my first time channeling ever. And second of all, this is something that you kind of have to ease into and get comfortable with relaying the message, because at least for my first time, I very much was aware of what was going on, very much aware of the messages that were coming through, and I was filtering them through my brain first before actually sharing them. So it wasn't just like being like a straw. It was very much like I was hearing what she was saying and then I was relaying the information. But yeah, that was my first experience channeling her, and it was mind blowing. And ever since then, she's been coming through. And after I came back, I saw in the chat that, you know, the lights were flickering as she came through in the beginning, and I'm just so grateful that she ended up choosing me, that I am able to channel her. And I'm not the only one. Other people can channel her as well. You simply just have to ask. And I think she would come through for anyone. So I just wanted to share that story with you. And that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.